welcome back to my channel. If you guys don't know, my name is Leslie and I have been accepted into the Disney College program. So I thought that because the first Fall Advantage people have already started arriving, that I'd reach out to Disney alumni and try to figure out what advice they can give us, the new CPs that are now starting this fall. So I reached out to the Facebook group, I reached out to the GroupMe groups, and I've also reached out to the Instagram groups. So thank you guys so much for answering and giving me some great advice and also helping a lot of people along the way. So I've actually decided to narrow it down to the top 11. There was actually supposed to be a top 10, but I did like a couple of them that I just couldn't choose to leave them out. So that's why we're gonna do top 11. So let's get started. So the first advice that they decided to give me was take advantage of the classes and network. And everybody kept emphasizing on networking. So if anybody doesn't know, the Disney College program does offer classes. A bunch of them used to be college credits, and I'm not entirely sure if they still are. I actually saw a video the other day saying that they're not anymore, but I would double check to make sure. And but they're classes that you can take. They are on a lottery ticket scale, so you do have to get chosen for them, but they said if you're able to take those classes, take them. Everyone also said, like I said, networking. Just because if you do want to stay with a company for a long term, this is a great way to get to know different people. Maybe they can help you out. Also, if you want to be in the Disney company, I think this is a great way to start making a name for yourself, starting to understand what's the process of what to do, where you want to go. So I completely agree with them. I think this is a great advice to give, especially for the new CPs who may not know exactly what they want to do. So I think that's a great advice that they can give. So the second advice that they give was actually take advantage of the classes and network. And I can't tell you how many times everybody kept saying networking. And honestly, I agree with them. If you want to stay there for a long term and work for Disney for a long term, I think this is a great way to get your name out there. It's also a great way to know more people. And if you don't want to work for Disney and you want to do something else, maybe you can see what they did, where they started, besides Disney. And I think that's a great idea. And for a lot of people that don't know, the DCP does offer classes. I believe they used to be college credit classes. From what I've heard, I heard there are no longer some college credit courses that you can take to get credit for, but there are some classes that are very, very useful if you want to be in the industry, in the entertainment industry, if you want to do, I believe it was managing business, and I believe it was also communications that they had. If not, there is a list of what classes they do offer, and I will actually link it down below as well so you guys can see what the classes are. I do know that the classes are on a lottery ticket scale, so it may be a little bit difficult, but if you do have the chance to take classes, everyone kept saying take them. Like, try to get the classes if you can. And they kept saying that over and over again. The third thing that they said was to take it one day at a time. And the more I thought about this, the more I couldn't agree. Like, let's face it, all of us are gonna be completely stressed out. It's gonna be a new place, a new environment, and a new job. Also with new people that maybe some of us haven't even met. There's a lot of people going at this whole roommate thing random. So I completely understand. And I could not agree more with them when they said to take it one day at a time and just to kind of compose yourself. Because I think if we all think about what's gonna happen next, or what's gonna be like next week, or even in a month, I think all of us are gonna probably drive ourselves crazy. So I couldn't agree more. And the fourth advice that they gave us was to give yourself time to adjust before you decide you hate your role, location, etc. I couldn't agree more with that. I've actually seen so many videos of people self-terming because of this or because they didn't give it a chance. And I actually like the story that she gave. So I'm actually gonna read her story, and I don't want to say her name just because she did not give me permission to use her name, but this was her story. She said she was bummed when she found out she got Star Wars because she's not a huge fan. Understandable. I mean, I love Star Wars, but it's understandable it's not for everyone. But she says she loves it now, and at first it was disappointing, but she started to slowly love the people around her and started slowly to love her schedule as well, and she gave it time. She said everyone has a different experience, whether it's good or bad. It's not always rainbows and butterflies. As soon as I read that, I actually couldn't agree more, because I feel like that is something that literally is universal to everywhere you go. There's always going to be good, there's going to be bad. I really like that she said everyone has a different experience, because I truly believe it's true, especially if you do watch a lot of DCP vloggers. Everyone has a different experience. Some people literally say they were miserable. Some people say they absolutely enjoyed it. And I think that's a great idea, to give yourself time to adjust to everything. Like I said before, it's going to be a new environment. All of us are going to be stressed. Just give it some time. I did like the other advice that they gave, and it was to make relationship with your leaders. I think that their idea for this was actually really great. They said that, you know, the reason why you should be friends with your leaders, or at least make relationship with your leaders, or give yourself a good image for your leaders, is because they will be there for you, especially when you need a few things like days off, or switching schedules, or changing dates and stuff like that. So I actually really like that idea, especially if I'm going to be working with someone, or I understand it's going to be different leaders every single time, but I would like to make at least a good impression on them, especially if I don't want points. Another advice that they gave was prioritize what is most important to you. I couldn't agree more with that one, just because a lot of people do go to the DCP for different reasons. Some people go because they absolutely love Disney, other people go because they know it looks good on resumes, and other people just go to have a good time, which honestly is okay. But I do like that, to prioritize what is most important for you, especially if you want to go to a certain hotel. I think you should prioritize that and be okay if your roommates or anybody else doesn't want to, because maybe that's not important to them. Maybe they would rather go and hang out in the parks. Like, that is perfectly okay. I did like this other advice that they gave, and it says to get out of the Disney bubble. I've actually heard this so many times, especially in different videos as well, but I believe that it's very true. I think that if you're only stuck in the Disney bubble, you can only know Disney World, and there's so much to explore in Orlando. Like, I know for a fact that I'm gonna get the Universal passes to go to Universal Parks, just because I absolutely love Harry Potter, and my husband absolutely loves Jurassic Park, especially if there's gonna be a new roller coaster. There's not an opening date yet, but that'd be nice to go. I know that there's other parts, especially like Gator World, Sea World, and if you are able to travel a little bit far, I know Busch Gardens in Tampa is okay, but like I said, there's other things to explore in Florida. And if you don't have a car, make friends with a person that does have a car. So I think that's great. Now, this next advice I absolutely loved, and it said, find your reason that you're making magic. I absolutely love it, because that was actually one thing I did say in my phone interview of why I wanted to do the Disney College program. I said I wanted to make magic, just because when I went to Disney World, I can't tell you how big of a smile I had with cast members literally stepping out of their way to make magic. And if that was either to say happy birthday princess, or if that was to, you know, give you a fast pass when the fast pass system is broken, I absolutely love this idea to figure out why you want to make the Disney magic. Figure out your reasons for the Disney magic. So I really like that advice. The next advice that they gave, and I actually think that this will apply to everybody's role, is don't take certain guest situations to the heart. They're usually upset about something, and it's not about you. So I believe that's going to go with everyone's role, because we're all going to have to face guests, either direct or indirect. And let's be honest, it's Orlando, it's going to be hot. People are probably pissed off because who knows what happened. Maybe their fast pass didn't work. Maybe there's like a huge line for one of the rides that they want to ride, or maybe it starts raining as soon as they get to the front of the line and the ride shuts down. It's completely understandable. And I think that, especially because you're in customer service, you should not take what people say to the heart, just because if you do, I feel like you're gonna dwell on it the whole day, and I feel like it's not gonna make you happy, and you're probably gonna lose that Disney spirit, or maybe you not want to make Disney magic. So I really do like that advice. So another advice that I got a lot was become family with your CMs at your location. I actually think that's a good advice. I know that this is gonna be a little bit hard, because I feel like From what I've heard, at least, that CMs are a little bit unkind to the CPs, but I guess that all depends on location, and it all depends on the people you're working with. A lot of times different personalities don't clash with people, but they said if you can, just try to become family or at least decently friends with them, just because you are going to spend a lot of time in that location, so it helps make the day a little bit easier. And I kid you not, this next one I kept getting so much, and it said savor every moment you're in the program. It goes by so fast, and take a lot of pictures, make the most out of every situation, because the people that you meet in the program will honestly become your forever friends. And I kept getting that so often, and just the fact that everyone keeps saying that, like, it kind of makes me happy. It makes me super excited to like meet everybody and to actually have this bond and friendship with people. But I do believe that it does go really quick, and I promise you guys I will like savor every moment. I am going to document everything, well, not everything, but I am going to document most of my program. That's a decision that I'm making. I know a lot of people have decided to make that decision. From what I've heard, it's not a decision, it's not a great decision for a lot of people, especially if you don't have a schedule. So that is actually why I'm trying to keep on schedule. So I will actually be talking about that at the end of the video of my new video schedules and things of that nature. But yeah, that was one of the advice, and this one is the top advice that I kept getting over and over and over and over and over again. It was, take care of yourself. Don't push yourself to the point of like exhaustion and getting sick, because you're there to have fun, but also remember it's a job. And I couldn't agree more with that. I've heard people literally pushing themselves to the point where they're just sick, where they don't want to go out, where they just want to stay home, and to the point where they're just like, why am I even here? I feel like all of us are trying to savor every moment, like the other advice said, and I think we're pushing ourselves that we like have to go to the parks because it's a day off, or that we have to do this, or you know, like you have to go to this event or that event and the other. I think you should also take days off for yourself and do nothing. Just kind of hit the reset button, especially because all of us are going to be doing a whole bunch of hours because we're going to be there for the holiday season. So that's something to definitely keep in mind. So that is the advice that I've got for the past Disney alumni. And I actually can't wait to go down, do my program, and probably give some more advice too, because let's face it, a lot of the times we think we're prepared for everything, and when we get there, it's nothing like we thought. So I'm really excited, and I'm also really thankful for all the Disney alumni that have answered me back. Like I said, thank you guys so much. And I am actually going to try to keep up with the schedule, so I will be uploading every Sunday. I'm trying to keep up with the schedule just because I know when I'm down there I'm going to be tired, or different things are going to happen, or probably won't have time to go to the parks. But I do want to keep a schedule, I do want to keep myself on track, and I do want to keep myself prepared for everything. So that's what's basically going to be happening with the channel. So yeah, that's really all I have to say about that. But thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Give the video a thumbs up and subscribe. Thanks. Bye.